Hey Panthers, my name is Vanessa Melgarejo and I have the perfect rom-com for this romantical month. He's just not that into you. This movie explores the problems of modern relationships. We follow 9 different perspectives in Baltimore as they navigate the often confusing signals of dating and love. I love how this movie perfectly shows the way people often misinterpret signs and behaviors in relationships, which leads to heartbreak and misunderstandings. And this movie is the perfect example. My favorite POV is with Gigi, a woman who misreads men's signals, and Alex, a bartender who gives her blunt dating advice. Meanwhile, other characters face challenges like commitment issues, infidelity, and unrequited love. This movie shows that relationships have struggles and it's hard, but the reward is beautiful, real love. That's it. We from United South High School Film Club wish you a very lovely Valentine's Day. Just not that into you, girl.
Yeah.
No, guy, that's me.
Just take your salty because you don't have one.
She has you.
Hi everyone, I'm back. This is our first segment of the Panther Podcast in the spring semester. I'm very excited to get back behind the camera and just, have some interesting conversations with our students here at United South High School. So being the month of February, it's all about love in the air. So we have a little bit of, interesting questions that we're going to be discussing this afternoon, and I do want to introduce my panel this morning.
My name is Regina Hernandez and I'm a senior.
Hi everyone, my name is Jose Guerrero and I'm also a senior.
I'm Camila Villarreal and I'm also a senior.
So we do have class of 2025 in the house.
Yes.
Super excited. Thank you so much for, taking this invitation. This is the first podcast I'm actually filming this school year. It just kind of got a little bit hectic. And when I was thinking about at home what would be an interesting subject to talk about, throughout the school year as a second year principal at United South High School, one of the things that I get from all the community is how much love and support there is at United South High. For anybody out there, the community sees United South High as a beacon of spirit and strength and unity. And so what better way to start off a conversation about Valentines and love? So I have a couple of questions. Yes. I hope they don't make you nervous, but if you do, you could definitely tap out and say, I'll just leave that to the next person.
Okay, yes.
So maybe we could start on my right with Regina. One of the first questions that I kind of wanted to discuss is love songs. So do you have a favorite love song, Regina?
Yes, well, this one has been on replay. It's called Only Over You by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, Fleetwood Mac. Oldie but goodie.
Yes, it's really romantic and it's like, it sounds like falling in love.
When did you first hear it? Through your parents, or was it just one of those?
Yeah, it was through my parents. My dad is
Yes, I
into
know.
like that 80s, 90s, 70s, like
My God, making
love
me feel
songs.
old. Yes, I love it. I think Fleetwood Mac also had that. It was trending during COVID. That guy that was on that skateboard.
Yes, with the cranberry juice.
Yes, I love that. I wanted to try it, but I don't think I can be on a skateboard, let alone drinking. Really cool. So do you find yourself like, is it like your go-to, or when you hear it, it just brings like nostalgic feelings?
Yeah, it
or-
brings like nostalgic feeling more over like senior walk too. Like
Oh,
senior
really?
events, that song is what significantly takes up for me.
Yeah, I love music. It just kind of makes, it's like a timestamp in one of those, I would say like a schema, which means that a song will particularly take you to a time, a place. Sometimes you even taste the food when you first heard that song. Jose, what's your favorite song, love song, or friendship song?
My favorite love song is Die With A Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga. And what does that bring about? Like, is it like a specific moment in time, or it's been like your favorite song for a while?
It's about like a song that about a connection between two people and how much like they show the love for each other.
Oh. I really love the fact that a love song could be, for you, it could be a memory about a specific person. But then, you know, as you know, we're all in a journey. You're very young.
Yeah.
You still have so much ahead of you. But that song continues to probably be your favorite, even though the symbolism has changed throughout the time. So it's really interesting. What about you, Gami?
I really don't have a favorite love song.
Really?
Yeah.
You just have a lot.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
How about your favorite go-to song?
My go-to song.
The one that you need for it to pep you up. If you're having a bad day and you're like, and so you just put it on.
I think anything like Bad Bunny. I feel like I love
So
it so
Bad
much.
Bunny's
Yeah.
your guy.
Yeah, right now his album, Debí tirar más fotos, it's like my top. Like I've been listening to it like since it came out.
So let me ask you, sorry to interrupt. I saw a skit with Jimmy Fallon where they're playing, I think, in the subway station. Have you seen it?
Yes,
What
I
would you
did.
do if you just like, let's say the doors are about to close in the train, subway, and you hear people saying it's, you know, what is it, Bad Bunny? Would you like jet out and miss your interview of a lifetime?
Yes.
Oh, you would. No, that was a quick yes. Okay. Yeah, I like Bad Bunny
Yes.
too. I love when I travel out of town, Laredo, and you go out to like the West Coast or, no, primarily the East Coast. And you hear Bad Bunny playing, you know, it just, you know, when you're surrounded by a lot of, you know, I would say different cultures, and then you hear Bad Bunny, it kind of makes you feel like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
at home. Okay, so what about a breakup song?
A breakup song, Olivia Rodrigo, Enough for You. She has like the best breakup songs ever.
So is the song more about like, you know, the breakup itself, like, oh my God, I miss you, I love you, or is it
It's-
more like, I will live without you, moving
It's
on?
like I don't know how to explain it.
Well, when you hear the song, how does it make you feel? Like invincible or kind of like, oh, I'm heartbroken?
No, like yes, like I should have said that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So it kind of like points you to like, yes, animal. I should have told him this.
Yes.
Yeah. I like my song, Nobody's Asked, my favorite well, is it breakup song or love song? I don't know, would be Maná, Te Lloré un Río. It's just probably the best one, and I think I don't associate relationship, even in life, as friendship or, I don't know, a job, an opportunity where you're kind of like, tú me lloraste un río, y ahora, no, yo te lloré un río, y ahora tú me vas a llorar un mar. Like, it's gonna hurt you more
Yeah.
for losing
Yeah.
me. And to me, it's kind of like that, invincible me. How about you? Breakup song.
Well, my favorite breakup song is Nobody Gets Me by SZA.
Oh,
It's a really
I
nice
haven't
song.
heard it. Really?
Yeah, she's an amazing artist.
Is she up and coming, or is she fairly like?
Yeah,
been out there?
she's up and coming. She recently got a Grammy
Oh.
for her song. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard it. It's called Saturn.
Oh, I think so.
yes.
It came out this last summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know the song.
Yes.
I like it.
For
Breakup
me,
song.
it would be Dead to Me by Kelly Uchis.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Just
nice
the name
one.
of the title itself.
Yes, it's like, oh, like I'm done, like I'm over you.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been done with
Um,
people like moving on?
yeah, I would say like sometimes you can overgrow people, or not overgrow, like outgrow people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like, oh, you're dead to me, but like let's move on to a
Let's
new
move on.
chapter.
I like that. I think for the most part, there's a saying out there that when somebody is no longer in your life, and not in a necessarily bad way, I think it gives you an opportunity to meet new people. And it's like you said, it's not that we have completely disconnected with someone, it's just that in our journey, maybe that person's going another direction and we choose to move in the opposite way. So most definitely, and I think in my age, and something that you're gonna discover soon, is that sometimes we kind of not break up, but we kind of
Like separate.
separate, and then later on in your life you kind of reconnect with that person, and it's a little bit different because you're both at a different level in your life, maturity wise and career wise, etc. So that's really cool. So the next question would be, if anything, do you have a favorite romantic movie, like your go-to that you could watch over and over and you never get tired?
I feel like a classic 2000 is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh my
That was a
God,
good one.
I love that
I
movie.
love that movie too.
I think one of my favorite scenes is, of course, Promposal.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
is it the promposal?
Yes.
Oh, it's just such an amazing.
I love
video.
the song, right?
Yes, it's an old song by the Jersey Boys, I think.
Yes.
Yes. What's your favorite part of the movie?
I'd say the poem part. Like,
You know, I keep on forgetting that part, and it's the main part. I think
Yes.
it's towards the end.
yeah, I think it's like towards the end when she finds out that that he got paid to be with her, but like ultimately in the end they both fall in love with each other. So I feel like that poem part, she like her frustration of like knowing and everything, that poem is just a way to express herself and overall like being brave because she presented that in front of the whole class.
So it wasn't a text like you guys.
No,
Oh,
it was
sorry.
Like,
I'm just saying it was live, you know. Very brave, right? Yeah.
for sure.
Hey, I also text sometimes, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, yeah, now I'm remembering it. I love that movie.
Yes, I'd say that's like my top 3 favorite like romance movies.
Very
And
good.
especially like in the beginning, because in the beginning, like the girl, she has like the sister that is very outgoing, and she's like quite the opposite, and everybody finds her like weird or annoying or stuff like that. But she's just like her true self, and also the guy too. Like they find him scary because of like all the rumors that he's like put against.
Like a bad boy.
Yeah, like a bad boy, like typical, but he's actually like sweet and charming.
So do you guys find sometimes that we're very quick to judge someone on our first impression, and then once you get to know that person, you realize that they're totally different.
Yes.
And even when people tell you, I don't talk to, you know, Joey Flores, he thinks he, and then you get to meet Joey Flores, and you're like, that's just so not the Joey people.
Talk
You know.
about.
Have you
Yeah.
ever had that experience with someone where like, Cami, ay no, sé.
Yes, I have actually. We're not gonna name drop, right? But a lot of people are quick to judge somebody, and like they always give you a really bad impression of that person. But once you get to know them, like they're like super sweet. Like it's the whole opposite. But I guess like people
think-
don't like showing.
Yeah, or sometimes people just
I
say
don't know.
like out of envy or jealousy.
Yeah.
That's the most part. Like that's why people talk.
And I like what you said, Cami, that sometimes people choose not to show who they really are because maybe that's a sense of protection of, you know, I will let someone in my circle that I really trust. I think I'm like
Yeah.
that. I'm very
Yeah.
antisocial, believe it or not. I mean, I'm the principal, and so I'm out here, but at home, I think I have 5 best friends. That's it. And you know, I see them, pajama parties in a house, but it's just my circle's very small, but I'm an older person. How about you guys? Like, you know, how do you tend to be? Like, are you very, when you meet someone, Jose, are you like, this is who I am, or does it take you time to kind of show your
I feel
true
like
Jose?
I feel like it takes me time to get comfortable towards someone because I don't know, I've had some really like bad experiences with like some friendships, but like it takes me time to get comfortable and be like, oh, like you're my person, like I can be myself like around you, you know?
And in that process, it is important though to point out that even though we don't want to like really open up to someone, being cordial and being nice, and I think we go back to when you know me, I love South High and it's the best high school ever, but that's one thing that you see here in the South. People tell you like everybody's just so like, hi, how you doing? You know, guests come in. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit down with the guest and tell them my whole life story, but you could still have that, you know, ability to treat someone with dignity and respect and be
Yes.
friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So that is your favorite love rom-com. What about you, Cami?
The kissing booth.
Oh,
I love
the
that
kissing
movie.
booth.
Yes.
You know, I only see the trailers, and that movie is in my watch list, but I haven't really. So both of them are high school movies, because
Yeah.
that's a high school romance.
It
So
is.
really, the best love stories are in high school, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're like the most dramatic in the sense like everything's going on. And
Well, as a principal, I agree with those movies. There's so much drama at the high school. But tell me about that movie.
It's basically about love and friendship, which is basically like el amor y la amistad, Valentines in Spanish. So it just shows a little bit of both.
I think there's a best friend there, right? Like two
Yes.
girls that grew up together.
No, it's a boy and a girl.
Oh, okay.
They grew up together. They were born the same day and everything. And he has a brother, and she falls in love with the brother. But they have these rules. They have these rules.
Relationship
Yeah.
rules.
And one of the rules is that his brother is off limits, but she fell in love with him.
And was he in love with her?
Who?
The
The
friend?
brother?
Uh-huh. Like, was it like a mutual feeling?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and so, do we do spoilers in this? I mean, it is.
I'm sure everybody has watched it.
Except me. Well, go ahead and tell me, because I'm not gonna wait. So, do they?
Okay.
What happens at the
They
end?
end up together, but they had they had rough patches through it because they got into a huge argument
And you're
because
like,
of
"Oh."
her, like both of the brothers because of her, because the older brother has always gotten everything he's wanted from the little brother, and that the little brother had her, and that's the only thing the older brother didn't have, and he stole that from him too.
So, did you cry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
And was there still a friendship, or is just like the relationship between the brothers?
What do you mean?
Like-
Hold on.
Like
did
after.
the friendship end?
No, it didn't.
Okay, cool.
At the end he understood like that their love was like
It was
real
meant to
and
be.
it was meant to be, yeah.
Aw, I love that. I love those stories. I think one of mine that we watch, a Christmas movie that we watch, and it's really weird, is Sleepless in Seattle at Home. And I know all the lines to the story, but I continue to cry at the end. But I love them. What about you? Do you have one?
Yes, I do have a favorite romance movie. Well, my favorite romance movie is 5 Feet Apart.
5 Feet Apart, and what is? I'm not.
It's
too
about, well, the movie is about two teenagers that are both ill with the same disease, and basically they can't have physical contact within each other. So the guy, like their love, I think that their love is so strong that like the guy tries to find a solution towards that. Like he finds a solution by, since like they can't hold hands and they're like in the same hospital, he finds a solution by grabbing a pole, and like they both walk around the hospital within a pole, like holding hands, and like it's so cute. Like I feel like that story symbolizes like if a guy really wanted to, like he really would give up the love.
Did you hear that, guys? If you really want to get in touch with a girl, you're going to find a way to do it. So he found a connection, even though it couldn't be immediate physical contact.
Yeah.
It was through that. So it was the poem itself became
Yeah.
the symbolism. And they were ill, so I don't even want to know how that
No,
story
it
ends.
ends
Oh
on
my
a sad note.
goodness.
Yes.
So it really, this movie is really about what people will do in the name of love.
Yes.
Like, we get very courageous when we're in love. Have you ever either done something or witnessed someone do something, I don't know, courageous and just outright like amazing and awesome in the name of love?
I have actually. I have seen some like long distance couples like work throughout time. Like they they make time for each other. Like they travel towards their city to see each other, and like it just works out. Like it's
Yeah.
really nice to see that.
Yes, I think one of the things that keeps the human race alive, and the fact that you get up every morning, is having that connection with someone special. And again, like, Cami, you said it, el amor y la amistad. It's understanding that as human beings, we long for that. I mean, you could pretend that we don't, but we do want to have that, our person, whether it be our best friend, that significant other, partner, even the love between our family. It's just so crucial. When you talk about long distance relationships, I don't think I could ever do one.
Yeah, me neither.
Do you? Would you?
No.
I just want to see the person every day, or like.
Or maybe it depends on how long.
How long the
The
distance
distance,
is?
yeah.
Like if it were,
So from here to San Antonio, yeah.
yeah,
you're
from here to San
Yes,
Antonio,
that-
yes,
that would work.
that
Really?
would be able to work.
Oh,
It's
okay.
But maybe like
Here
to a whole
Houston.
nother.
Houston, maybe, but if it's out of state, like
Out of
no.
state, no.
Oh, so no out of state.
No,
No.
but I think the most that like is acceptable is like Houston or like Houston,
Okay.
San Antonio.
Within
Dallas.
that range.
Yeah, Dallas, yes.
Oh,
But out of
so,
state,
like-
I feel like no.
So you all are graduating this school year, and many of us, some of us will be either moving completely out of town, or we stay and other people leave. Let's just say that you start a relationship, or you are in one right now, and then they leave. Would you continue, or would you kind of say, you know what, I know that's a tough one.
I
You could
think-
tap out, but I'm just saying.
I think I would back out.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Because it's tough.
yeah, it is, and like it would be a distraction. I don't know.
Oh, very good. I like that. You're a girl boss. I don't like distractions either. I think I would be a distraction in the sense that I'm worrying too much.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that the person's doing anything wrong, but I'll be like, where is he at? What is he doing? Who's he talking to? You know,
Yeah.
like, quiero saber, you know?
Like I feel like I wouldn't be able to like have a schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with school and then trying to see him and like what if I'm taking like some difficult classes and stuff and it will just like stress me out like so much and I cannot deal with stress.
But you would at least continue to be amicably with the person. Like, you could kind of talk to him once in a while.
Yeah.
Would you?
I feel like I would give it a shot, and then like if it doesn't work
I
out,
that.
like
Yeah, let's give it a shot. If not, well, we tried.
yeah.
And I
Would
feel
you?
like I'm with Gami. Like, I would want to put education first
Yes.
over.
Oh
like,
my
relationship.
God, I'm surrounded by girl bosses. I will be replaced. I might self-highlight that. I mean, this is amazing. It could be anybody, but you're right. I think
Yeah.
you would also do the same.
Yes, because, you know, maybe if they really wanted to try to, they would have, you know, gone to San Antonio too. Or if, let's say, if they want to go to University of Houston and stuff, I feel like, meeting with them can be like a positive thing, but also like what Kami said, it's a big distraction.
Yes.
But also I feel like if he really loves you or like whatever, he would understand and he'll let you. And like in another lifetime, like maybe you could end up together
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe he could like cross your pathway later
Exactly.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things don't end, even when we want to. Even the ones that you want to end, it continues because in a moment in our time life, we had a connection with someone. Whether we choose to forget or not, that connection is there in a timeline. When you bump into that person, even though you don't talk, there's that look and you're like, hey, you know? And it's that connection. And, you know, of course, maybe at that point you've already been like married or you're not. You're just out there still being single and you're like, whoa. And that connection can, you know, truly reignite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So let's go to the next one. What's the next one? Oh, I love this one. You know, this is something that we really don't see at the high school level. Valentine parties.
Oh.
Do you remember the
Yes.
Valentine parties?
Yes.
Like, elementary,
Yes.
that you would like have to go with your mom to Walmart and get all these Valentine, and I would be eating the little candies that come with it and be like, they just need the
Yeah.
card. But, you know, and you're like, this pretty one for my friend, and then maybe that, or you know, your mom bought you the ones that you didn't like. You wanted Hello Kitty, and she got you, I don't know, Barbie, and you're like, no. So, what is your favorite memory, if anything? Not just elementary, but something that really strikes out. Like, hey, this is the best Valentine memory I had growing up. Where'd you?
I have
Kami?
a really good one actually. I love this question. It was third grade in obviously elementary, right? Alicia Ruiz.
Reese Elementary.
Yes, it was third grade, and this boy, he got me a teddy bear, like a huge teddy bear, and some chocolates, and I was like, oh my god, like.
Were you surprised?
Yes, I was really surprised actually.
And so in third grade, it's like you're in a homeroom all day, right?
Yes.
So you're
Yes.
there all day, so you can like avoid them, like in high school where you get lost.
Uh-huh.
So you're there with the teddy bear and the candies. Oh,
Yes.
how sweet.
Yes, and then oh my god. So he gave me the chocolates, right? And they were kisses, like the little kisses, yeah.
Oh.
And it was like a big box of them. And I started sharing with everybody because everybody was asking for one. And then he got mad at me for sharing. He was like, I bought them for you. I was like, oh, like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I can just imagine two little third graders. So how do you tell
Getting
you?
mad at each
I
other.
know. So did you keep the teddy bear?
I didn't.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But how did your parents, like when you got home, were they like, oh my God, you got a Valentine
My
gift?
mom
or-
was like, yes. So I was like, oh, like a guy.
Ya
a
con
little boy.
novios, ¿qué te pasa?
Third grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my dad, he was like, where did that come from? Like, what the heck?
And did you was it like to you like a very, well, yeah, you still remember it. This is third grade.
Yes.
That's
So,
like 8 or 7 years
Oh, no, that's 10, 9.
9.
9 years ago, no? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Feeling
but that
old.
was my favorite
I
memory.
know. Now you're feeling old. Wow. Thank you, Jose. What about you?
My favorite Valentine's memory was also in elementary. It was in fourth grade with my teacher, Ms. Rodriguez. I had all my friends there. Now they all go to United, but yeah. So basically, like we had a Valentine's party, and I remember the day before, like a week before, going shopping with my mom, going to buy the candies and the little
Yeah, the
cards,
little
and
parties.
picking out what I was gonna get. And also, I remember taking sugar cookies. Everyone loved those. And I just like cherish all those memories because like it reminds me of like how like teachers play a really big role within
Oh, yeah.
us, like how they really go all out for their students. Like I remember that day our teacher gave us little candy bags. They were heart little candy bags and it was so cute. Like it had our name and everything. And like now that I look at it, like back then, like I wouldn't really realize it, like how teachers like really play a big role. But like now, like that I look back at it, I'm like, damn, like teachers do go all out for their students.
And I really like on a point that you're touching, you might not think, but we're talking about experiences, and right now already you pointed out that one of the most important experiences in regards to feeling that love, feeling that acceptance and from someone else, that whether you were surprised or not,
Yeah.
happened during your early, childhood, and
Yes.
how important it is to have a really, safe learning environment and conducive to celebrating and to stopping, the whole math and reading and science and just taking the time to just be us and hang
Yeah.
out and celebrate, Valentine's, and you're right. And that's why we always say that at every level, you need to continue. So I'm hoping that has you growing up. I mean, I know that I think it's a fad right now, it's Galentines,
Yes.
where
Yes.
girls get
Oh,
together and
yes.
have like a Galentine's party. So, it's really, I haven't heard on the guys, would it be Brolentines? I don't know, bros. But, it's just simple, like you really don't need to go all out, but just because we don't have a teacher maybe that will do it. At the high school, sometimes we're kind of wary of whether you're gonna want to do something, or you'd be like, no, hombre, ma'am, ya
Ya
so
estamos
old,
grandes.
ya estamos grandes,
Some
but
people find it like cringe.
Yeah.
Yes.
really,
Yeah,
what
they're
does
like-
Yeah.
cringe mean?
Like, well,
Like embarrassing?
yeah, like
Yeah.
embarrassing.
So if I hosted a Valentine party and I invited you, you wouldn't go, and
I
would
would.
tell
would
you,
be there.
everybody
I would
needs to
go,
bring
yeah.
I
Valentine
would,
cards.
yes, I would.
Yeah, like a
I miss
throwback.
that. I
We
miss
should
it.
definitely tell your teachers out there that we want a Valentine party, and everybody could do little Valentine cards. But because it's just little times in our life and our journey that just we stop and we just kind of like, okay, it's time for love. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I love it. What about you? What's your favorite Valentine memory?
I would also go with elementary. Actually, my last year elementary at Alicia Ruiz, I had Miss Garza, and back then, well, everybody would do like boxes, decorate their boxes, and my box was decorated as an iPhone, and like I would have it because first of all, like I didn't even have a phone, like let alone an iPhone, and I remember putting it so much details like Twitters and Instagram, YouTube, and
Oh,
like
the
the little
apps.
buttons,
Yeah.
yes. And then I had like a hole to put like the earbuds, and everybody would like would like use it as an actual
Aw.
phone.
So even preparing, like he said, I remember going shopping, getting the sugar cookies, and you're talking about, because I remember mine were just shoe boxes. But you went all out. Like
Yes.
that in itself was an experience that you had with your parents. Like even, Seth was talking about the pre-gaming of the Valentine party. So yours was the whole.
Yes, because it was a
And
big
whose
deal.
idea? Was it yours?
It was mine, but my mom helped me
course.
to make it look pretty and everything. But I know now there's just already made ones, and I think that's not the same like as making it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Having the
isn't it the same?
experience.
Exactly. It's having
Like
that
have
experience.
that memory
Mhm.
of you
Of,
like,
like,
doing it. And
Sitting
stuff.
down with like
Yeah.
your parents and like them
Yeah.
helping you out. Like
Oh, this is such a great, yeah, and like to me, it was, and that's why it's so important as you move forward in life that you understand that we create our own traditions, and in these traditions, you find love and acceptance and a common ground to celebrate and even discuss new things, and it's just so important. We're talking about love today, right? And we're talking about Valentine's. We talked about favorite romantic movies and breakup songs and love songs. You know that I'm going to put it out there, the love for South, right?
Yes.
It's very important for me to always circle back to what our home is. A lot of us here, our leaders, or our podcast crew, everybody, we usually find ourselves spending 10 to 12 hours a day here. You've been here, you're all seniors, 4 years. Care to share with me, and you could tap out, what has been, and we're talking about love, friendship, and yes, heartbreak and all that, not to go into extreme details, but would you like to share your most meaningful experience in regards to love and friendship at South? It could be with, your friends, teacher, like something that you know that you're gonna remember, a song that it's earmarked for South. And every time as you go out there in the world and you live in Dallas and Houston, Laredo, 10 years from now, you're gonna say, that song reminds me of South because this happened. I remember so-and-so. What is it? Can you think of one?
Of a song?
Or a place, a time, an event.
I got a good one.
Ribs by Lord. Like in the beginning, when the song grows, it reminds me of when it was my freshman year, like all the way up to my senior year. Even Joey Flores could say that in my freshman year, I was super shy. I didn't
So
talk.
you would never come out on a podcast your freshman year?
No, not even like I would walk by myself, like I didn't know that there was an after-school bus, like to come here to the main campus. So I would walk every single day, like just listening to music, and that would be a song, like.
Through this little area with the trees?
Yeah, with the 9th grade campus, like that little area of the trees. Yeah.
Oh, I love that walk.
Yes. It's
so
like,
the song must have been perfect.
Yes, and it just, like I mentioned before, that song just brings back a lot of memories of high school itself, and I feel like South has grown me as a person in the sense of spirit, because, this school is not just an education school. Like you could grow as a community. So like being friends with teachers, being friends with students and faculty and staff, and like of course with you, has done a great impact on just my self-esteem.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. South. I mean, to me, I'm having a bad day because work is work, and Mr. Flores could attest, and all the teachers out there, like the emails don't stop, the deadlines, and then if I really need a break, believe it or not, I go in the hallway and I see you guys, and then the level just my energy and. I just feel so much better. When I get to, walk in the cafeteria and see you guys, believe it or not, it just fills me. So it really is. Do I have a song for South? I guess I have a lot of songs. My most recent one, when I came back, was Back in Black, although it's a little, AC/DC.
Oh, by Amy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, no, Amy Winehouse. I like that one too, though. But to me, it was like I'm back home, and it feels like home in South. What about you guys? What is thank you for sharing. What is that feeling that you get in talking about love and your relationship with your experience at South? What has been your sharing? What will you share in regards to that experience?
Being in South, I feel like being at South has definitely built who I am today. I have found my place here in South, and I have made amazing friendships along the way, and also met so many amazing staff, including you, my sponsors, so many amazing teachers. But I think my most memorable memory here at South would be homecoming week. I had the best time of my life here. I really enjoyed that week, and especially when I was out in the field. I really ever since I was a freshman, I always wanted to be a part of the court, and I feel like I have made so many amazing friendships along the way. And it has showed me so much love. It shows me who are my people. Who really shows love for me.
I remember the first day I met you. It was
Sophomore
that classroom, Miss Fabiola.
Yes.
And I would always be get in the hall, because that's where I stand.
Yeah.
And one day I walked in, and you guys were talking about the class, discussion, and I sat down, and I remember you were, sitting, so I even remember what you were wearing. You were wearing, and that's why I wore this.
The pearl necklace,
yes,
I was obsessed with that.
And I remember that I walked, and I said, can I borrow your notes? And you had the best notes.
Thank you.
But you were very shy and quiet. So move forward the following year, and I see you being more, you know, I would say extrovert, you know, because, or maybe because I'm the principal and I walked in, and you're like, oh my God, what's this crazy lady doing here? But I have seen how you have, you know, evolved, you know, has, you know, an individual and also has a school leader, because all of you are school leaders here, and it's been such an amazing, you know, feeling for me to be on the sideline watching you. And I was there at homecoming, and you know, when they named you, I was like, yay, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, because I felt like even though I wasn't getting the crown, I felt I was like, I'm part of his journey.
Yes.
How exciting. I really like that. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing. Tami, what's yours?
I think it's just South is just amazing, like overall, like the people, the students, like Regina said, like everyone's just so welcoming, so positive. I love that I got to be part of class office because I've met some great friends that are now, I consider my best friends, that like help me through everything. We're always there for each other, and I love that. We always, if we have problems, we always talk about it. We're open to each other. We fix it. I feel like that's really important in friendships, to communicate, and I just love that, like, I met them here. You know what I mean?
And I really like the fact that you point out that, you know, when you really listen to what you're saying, it hasn't been like a perfect journey, because you did talk about, you know, overcoming challenges, you know, in a way. And that really is a relationship. I mean, you know how many times I've gotten home when my kids were at home living, and I would see socks laying around, and I would tell my son, I swear one of these days I'm going to throw all the socks away. I never did. But, you know, there was that conflict. But I love my son, you know. And so one of the things that you really know about friendship and going the distance is understanding that sometimes you have to be the bigger person and say, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong. And I apologize, and now I understand how I'm hurting you. And in time, when you see these things happening in a relationship, you have to be the stronger person to be able to say, I'm wrong, you know, I'm gonna undo it better. Or let's agree to disagree. And I think that's what you're talking about,
Yes.
that you've grown with these. And has been part of the class, I think it must be stressful too.
Yes,
Because people don't understand that being part of an organization that is responsible for the pep rallies and the fun, it is difficult, right?
Yes, because people are like quick to judge. They don't know what like we go through to like make things possible, you know? They
I
don't
feel
see
like
the
people
behind
don't
the scenes.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Well, but let me tell you though, people do. They might not tell you, but they do, because like my own children graduated from Nixon, and when I was named the principal of the school, both of them said, oh my God, South has like the best pep parties in the world. Like nobody parties like South. So they do, but I think what you're feeling, because you're so responsible and you are in tune with your role as a leader, you know that, oh my gosh, I have to make it even better than last year now. And then next year, the junior class that becomes the senior class, well, you have big shoes to follow, you know, it continues to move. So it is stressful. I get you, because I'm there every day. No matter what decision I make, it kind of transcends to maybe there is no love, no respect. But, you know, when you do things from the heart and you understand that you're trying the best to please as many people, but there will be a few that will not understand, then, you know, we try our best.
Yes.
But I really like that. You're right. Friendships are important. And to me, here at South, it's, you know, it's really, you know, like I was at the senior walk and also at the games, and we're having senior night, right? And so it was the boys and the girls basketball, they cut the net. And I see the senior players getting their baskets and lining up with their parents, and they're crying, and I'm like, don't cry, Marta, don't cry, you know. And I'm looking up, no crying, but I realized that even the parents, I saw this father like wiping the tears. I'm like, oh my God, because to them it's like not an end, but like this journey is concluding, and there's a conclusion to this journey. And within those 4 years here, they develop those friendships and those connections with other people. And then, so that's why it's important to continue the hype, right?
Yes.
To continue the hype through February, March. I know that we get senioritis. So I know that we're planning some events, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me, I know that we met with a lot of you last week. We had all class. We had the junior class, Stuco.
Class of
What are
27.
some events that we're planning for the rest of the spring semester? Do you remember
Yes.
what we talked?
Well, coming up, we are having a pep rally on February 13th.
Oh.
And then,
Is there a theme? Yes,
yes,
right?
Valentine.
But we're dressing up as what? Dynamic duos, like the power couples.
Oh, yes, yes.
So we're gonna
yes.
have a contest since it's Valentine's. It's those, what is it, like power couples?
Yeah, like iconic duos also.
Movie stars,
Mhm.
movies, like Raggedy Ann and Andy. No,
Mhm.
Thelma and Louise. I'm sorry, I'm old school. So that's gonna be the pep rally on February 13th, I think.
Yes.
What else is coming up?
We
We're-
have a movie night.
Oh.
We're planning our movie night. We're really excited about it.
That is gonna take place here on campus?
Yes.
Yes.
After school?
Yes.
Yes.
Location?
At the
Um,
football field.
Football field.
Oh, the coach said yes. Thank you, coach. Wow, okay, so we're gonna have that outdoor screen. Are we able to, like, are you gonna offer food or just we bring our own?
We are offering one snack, I think, and a drink. And we're not allowing sugary drinks. That's
The bees.
coach's rules.
We can't have bees around players, but, all right.
And people could bring their food.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a bring your own snack, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So with that being said, and we're talking about love and connection, you know, I am, on behalf of myself and the teachers and administrators, I really am thankful for all that you do and what you bring to South, because the building itself, if you've been here when the building has no students, no teachers, it's just a building.
Yeah.
But when you bring everybody in and you have all these different personalities, all these different, you know, cultures and experiences, and we bring them together, and the fact that South is, I see it on my behalf as accepting, you know, we're inclusive, an inclusive community, that is what Valentine's is all about. In fact, I think at South it's Valentine's year round, right?
Yes.
So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I know that I called you at the last minute and said, hey, we're talking in front of a camera, and I'm really delighted. I grew a lot. Thank you for sharing these personal experiences with me.
Thank you.
And, you know, I wish you all the best.
Thank
And
you.
of course, you know, we thank our audience, and I hope you enjoyed today's segment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Woo! Yes? Thank you so much.
All right, so I assume everyone's found time to complete their poem, except for Mr. Panther over there, who has an excuse. He can't talk. But seriously, write your poem. All right. Anyone else willing to read theirs out loud?
I'll go.
Lord, here we go.
I love the warmth of your presence and embrace, so authentic and rare. I love the heart of South through the air. I love the moment we share, both quiet and grand. I love the dreams we chase together, hand in hand. I love the stories in your smile, each one a sweet song. I love the journey we're on, where South's hearts truly belong. I love the way you inspire me to reach for the stars. I love the strength in your spirit, which heals all of our scars. I love the future you're building with hope as our guide. I love South each day, forever by your Panther pride.